Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 28th through February 4th. That shouldn't even be in there, Pisces. That is in the wrong deck. How did that happen? So that's a little bit interesting for Pisces, because for Pisces, I felt like you guys are really having a bit of a difficult time with disappointments and feeling disappointment overall about your life situation and not knowing how to do things differently to make a change. You dream more about making a change than actually doing anything. And that was the Magician. I wish you were magic and could change everything for yourself in every way that you want, but maybe you can if you just kind of start to put your plans into action. Take baby steps, guys. Step by step. It's a family. And perhaps if you're falling in love, we have this also for Aquarius, by the way. This is something like the Holy Grail, but a question that also cannot be answered, and this is the family card. So if you would like to fall in love, if you would like a relationship and a partnership, the question that can't be asked or answered is kind of how in your case. Because if you're not taking steps towards this, if you're not even taking steps towards this in respect that it's like the Ace of Cups, if you're not seizing opportunities that might be right in front of your face right now, how can you achieve what you want? Pisces. This is kind of your card, and it's Major Arcana. This is Cancer Moon energy. This is also what I'm looking at, like the eclipse energy up until January 31. And you guys, then if you're in that mode where you're still thinking, it's good as long as you're thinking positive about your situation. Please try to keep your thoughts positive. This is the card of stocks. This is a gossip card. And don't, if you're thinking a lot about what you would like, this can also be okay in some respects, because you're manifesting, you are creating this world and this environment that you would like. But you also have this, the gilded cage, but you also have to think positively. Don't get trapped by your thoughts, and don't get trapped by negative thoughts, and don't get trapped by habitual negative thoughts. This is the card of gossip, like you're gossiping and thinking negative things about yourself or your life and what you've been able to achieve, in particular in your love life. At least keep it positive if you're reluctant to act right now, because you feel like you're limited in your choices and that you haven't met the right person yet. This also was with Aquarius. This is the card of the Golden Girl, feeling like you're not as good as someone else that you know, or you feel you're not measuring up even to society standards of who you should be and what you should have accomplished by now. This is a card of Fortuna. It's Fortuna. So if you're looking, this is the card of the strategist. This is someone who doesn't want to see the negative aspects of the world and even the negative aspects of human nature. So try to be, again, realistic and put your plans into action. This is the Hell and Farewell card. And finally, we have the Caring. This is the need to nurture the inner child. This is also something like the need to nurture your inner child. And perhaps a part of you does feel quite disconnected from others in the world around you. Even if you don't necessarily have a reason to. But if we would to give advice, then perhaps you have to be your own best friend. That's your message, Pisces. You have to be your own best friend. You have to be your own best friend. This is something like best friends, where one is comparing to the other one. And if you do have friends who are taking jabs at you and making a little underhanded comments, or you feel like people are gossiping about your situation behind your back, ignore it. Because in essence, it has nothing to do with you and who you are. People can say whatever they want to say about you, or they can think whatever they want to think about your life choices. After all, it is your life. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to achieve love, then you have to take steps towards this. If you've lost someone and you've had to let something go that you did not necessarily want to let go of, then you probably have to face the reality that everything has its time and everything has its place. And mourn the situation, mourn the loss, mourn this ideal of what you thought you had achieved. It's okay to do this. But at some point you have to think about your recovery process and how you're going to pick yourself back up again. Getting the cards all shifted in the wrong place. So let's see if anything else is coming through for Pisces. And Pisces, try to be realistic with your desires. If you're wanting something that you know that you can't have, if you want something that you know that doesn't belong to you, if you want someone else's situation or even lover, then you might have to move on, because there's nothing here that I can see that where this looks achievable to regain a partner who has moved on from you right now. Be your own best friend. Be your own best friend right now. Be good to yourself. Start small. This is the Eight of Wands. Top of the family card, we have the moon. So there's 2 times with the moon. Again, you want to know something that doesn't also belong to you. When I said you want to have something that doesn't belong to you, sometimes you want to know things that also don't really belong to you. Some knowledge is meant to be hidden and not known. And if this is on a metaphysical level, it still is the same message. Some things are not meant to be known. Some things about the future are also not meant to be known. And some things about people who have moved on, questions that you may have, looking for this closure. You may not be able to achieve it right now. You may not be able to get that information that you want right now. You have to rely on what you already know and you already experienced with this person or situation. And you have to be your own best friend. That also means using your own intuition on the situation, because maybe that person is not coming forward and telling you what you think you need to know, but more what you want to hear is what I have. We have 2 major arcanas together here. This is Temperance. And again, it's about keeping order and balance, the order and the balance on a grander and wider scale of things. Some things are just not meant to know. And even some relationships are just not meant to be. Some situations in life also are just not meant to be. Here's the Fate card. Accept your fate. And not to sound rude or direct or preachy or judgmental, try as best you can, to accept the things that are happening around you right now. It's difficult. It's difficult because perhaps you had a different idea about how things would go down, and they haven't gone that way. And you do feel like perhaps if you knew more information, you could do more. You could change more. You could change more. Not right now, guys. Things are at play. The things that are happening are meant to be. We have 2 times the cups, and you really want to know something, or you really want, I feel like it's knowledge or information, or even you want to have a way or a skill to change the situation. This cage requires a key, and it's a gilded golden cage, so you could only think that the key is also a golden key. So I'm focusing now on the key. It's like you want the key. You want something, but it doesn't belong to you. This information or this person or this situation, how it's moving now, it's a lot of faded energy out there right now. Here we go again, the Magician. And you guys really want to change things. You really want to even alter someone's opinion of you, or how they think about you, or how they feel about you. You want to alter how someone feels about you. You want maybe someone to love you, or you want something so bad, but it's just not meant to be right now at this junction in your life, at this crossroads of your life, at this time of your life. It's not the time. It's not the time. Okay? So slow down. Be your own best friend. Be your own best friend. Work with what you have. Nurture yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself, guys. Find a way to do it. I know it doesn't sound that exciting. And this is finding the balance back again, step by step. This goes with the strategist card. Not wanting to see the reality of things, and not wanting to see the dark side or the shadow side of people or situations. Not wanting to recognize that sometimes you can't change things. Sometimes having to realize sometimes you have to sacrifice something that you don't necessarily want to give up. You don't really want to lose. Yeah. And sometimes you have to, guys. That's what this 2 of coins is about. There's 2 sides to every story, but there's also duality in life. There's also, this is hearkening in the as above, so below. And you can only try to work with the energies that are there, but recognize everything is happening as it should, as it will. If someone's walking away, you gotta let them go. If someone is leaving out of your life, it's time for them to go. It's the time. On the other hand, if you're Pisces who has not been going after the things that you want in life, it's also time to make that move, to take a chance, to take a risk, Finally, we have the 2 of Wands, and this is a card about taking risk and kind of looking beyond the situation, being in the present, but also feeling positive and thinking about what's your next step. So I had a little peek at this, so I'm going to pull it. This card is about triumph here. And you might be feeling down. You might be feeling in the dumps right now. But things change. And it's about acceptance right now. Guys, that's the end of your reading. It was a long one. Big energies there. Hug yourself. Love yourself. And hopefully I'll see you back next week for your reading. Thanks for joining me. I'm Inga. Take care. Bye-bye.